Has anyone got any questions with ads, marketing, anything to help them scale?
I got something.
Go on, Daniel, take it away.
How we doing, Harleen?
Doing very good. Doing very good. You enjoyed last week, right? Didn't you?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I was previously in the clinic on Fridays, so I'd never been able to come to this call, so working my way out of there and yeah.
Oh yeah.
So my question today is more about like organic content. I don't feel like I have like a direct flow. Really what I'm doing right now is just testing ads pretty much
Wow.
for my organic. I was wondering if you have found like a better flow for your organic content that's been helpful for you.
Yeah, for sure. To give you guys some context, um, I know I'm the ads guy inside of this program, and I know like on social media I come across as the ads guy. But I've had my fair share of success with organic content. So before I started to get into the world of ads, I did start blowing up in like micro communities in the UK and like across the world. And I did I've helped other people kind of go viral, but I don't like to teach that at all because it's like the complete opposite as to what business owners should be doing. Um, but when it comes to doing organic, we can definitely cook some stuff up. So with your question, Daniel, when you say flow, is it more so a flow with getting content out, or is it getting clarity on what to make content about? Like what specifically is the issue?
A little bit more about getting the content out. So basically, like I said, I'm really just practicing or testing ads. I'm getting the content out, but I'm sure I can be doing a way better quality or things to like nurture my clients or prospects.
Sure. What's your Instagram?
It's just my name and then running. Daniel Lozano running.
Okay. All right. Let's take a look. Um, Flipping it. I'm a boomer, bro. How do I share my screen? All right, sick. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Perfect. You did you say you were in Matt Shiver's program?
Yeah. Does it look
Yeah,
familiar?
this is very Matt Shiver-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Cool, cool, cool. So, in fact, before we get on with this, who's your ideal avatar?
Basically, runner, a marathoner specifically, who has knee pain, who has some come upcoming race within the next 2 to 3 months.
Okay. Runner with knee pain who has an upcoming race. Okay. To the pain. And what's your objective? Do you want like more views, or like what specifically do you want from your content? Do you want it to be strictly nurturing?
I think nurturing is the best. I don't really
Leaving.
care about
I
the
hate to break it
views,
to
but basically, like right now, I'll give like two carousels because that's what's been really good for my ads. I'll do like a talking head to like show that I'm like a real person, and then like two like exercise or value posts.
you. Okay. Now let me ask you this question. Do you like before we even look at the content, do you focus on just getting the posts out more, or do you focus on what specific purpose this post has for my ideal
Probably just
avatar?
getting the post out.
Okay, I'd start there,
Okay.
fixing that thing first.
Okay.
Because if you just focus on getting the post out, like I know volume is king, and like, I know Mr. Alex Hormozy loves to say like
Yeah.
volume, 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 and do this, do that, just put stuff out, but it's got to be intentional.
Okay.
Have you guys heard of Will Nelson?
No.
No, Sean, you have, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Oh yeah. So like Will Nelson is huge on this, and he's like make like with him like he does volume with his yapping content, but every piece of content just hits for his
Hmm.
ideal avatar, right? We want to have the exact same like approach with our content, especially if it's for nurturing. Okay, now I am going to do an exercise. It's going to take up some time, but it should give you a lot of clarity with how to go about making content and stuff like that. Just before we do that, does anyone have any like quick fire marketing questions, something to do with our ads before we go into this exercise? We might as well do it as a group.
Hmm. I mean, I don't have any specific questions. I just wanted to kind of learn and just kind of see what you had to talk about. But um, yeah, I'm curious about you. Like, what's the main funnel that you've seen them, you personally, you've seen the most success with? Are you running a DM follow ads? Are you doing VSL?
Okay, let me give you some like context real quick. So I run a marketing
Hmm.
agency. I
Hmm.
run I do marketing like ads specifically and some content for like literally any industry you can think of. I've probably ran ads for them and I've probably done it well. Um, so I use for my own personal agency, I will use literally every funnel type there is, depending on the prospect. Now, for coaches specifically, I've seen workshops do well nowadays. Um, Sean, you teach coaches how to run ads, right?
Yeah, DM ads.
Yeah, DM ads. Okay.
Yeah, that's my
How's
specialty.
how's that been going for you so far?
Great, dude. I'm booking shitloads of calls. $150 per call. I could probably optimize it and get even more calls from it, but I mean, I've never had a problem booking calls on my calendar. Never.
Oh, sick. Okay, so
Yeah.
what's the? Are you just asking out of
I
curiosity
guess
because it's a
like
business idea?
yeah, well, I'm curious because like if you have experience with DMing ads, I want to like maybe see if there's ways I could optimize my DM ads even further and get more calls on my calendar. DMing is a full-time, you
Yeah,
know, money generating activity, and so there's a lot that goes into it, a lot of nuances. Um, yeah. So I guess yeah, just trying to pick your brain. Um,
yeah, no problem. I think, dude, I think if it's my biggest philosophy with ads and marketing is if it's working, it's working. You don't need to optimize it if it's profitable. The things
mhm,
I would do more so is you just focus on increasing LTV because with the way Meta is, again, this is my opinion. Meta is a for-profit company, and they're always going to increase the cost to reach new people in order
for
to
sure.
make more profit, right? And ultimately, the advertiser who will win is the advertiser who can pay more for the customer. So the only advertisers or business owners that can pay more for the customer, that will be someone who has a massive lifetime value per customer on average, who can afford to have a bigger cost per acquisition. That makes
Yeah, so
sense.
let's talk
So
about that.
yeah,
Could I pick you on that? Your follow
sure.
up with that? So I help people run DM ads, and like for example, just to give you an example, context. I had a client sign up with me 3 weeks ago. I helped her run the DM ad campaign, taught her the whole flow, trained her, and she's already made 15K in 3 weeks of doing this.
Fire.
Life changing for her. She had no experience. Awesome. How do I get that person to want to pay me another $10,000? I don't know what I should package that second offer as. I've thought about maybe being, sales coaching, like kind of like how Austin does, and he keeps you in a community. But I'm just curious your thoughts. I've thought maybe like, okay, you could pay me more, we can scale this thing up. Uh, I'm just curious your thoughts on that.
There's a couple stuff. So she has fulfillment problems now, correct?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So if you scale them, what if you scale them to the point where they have fulfillment problems? You say to them, "Hey, listen, you now have a fulfillment problem. You're at 50 to 100K a month. Why don't we do this? Why don't you focus on what you're good at with the fulfillment, get them crazy results, and then let my team take care of all of your ads and your setting systems? Because now that you're scaling up, you will need a more sophisticated client acquisition process. And by the way, DM ads at some point can break because
Yeah.
it's such like a top of funnel thing that you're optimizing for. They can break. Meta will always optimize for the cheapest conversion. At some point, if you get people past the 50K, 100K mark, whatever it may be, just anywhere where they have surplus cash flow, it might make sense to get them on some type of multi retainer plus top line rev share so you can make more money and you're
Mhm.
incentivized to make them more money and have maybe a done for you agency service,
I've always
perhaps.
been I like the idea of rev share. I just feel like it's hard to my mental belief is like how do I make sure these people actually pay me like
Yeah.
and are honest about that because they have full control over the flow of money and like they can tell me whatever the fuck they made and it's not true and I don't know how to yeah.
Will these do these people have closers? So there's a couple of things we could do.
No.
They won't have closers. Will they get to the point where they need a closer?
I mean, if they're wanting to get to my level, which most of them do, like 40K a month, I'm working 10, 20 hours a week. So I don't think they need a closer. No.
Okay, okay. Well, I can tell you what I do, or I could do, is first of all, I say to them like, hey, in order to make your front end marketing better, I need constant communication with the sales team. So I will know like which type of prospects are piffing, which types of prospects are not piffing. So that's one
Mm.
thing, right? The second thing is in Go High Level, you should be able to track. Again, I'm not huge on Go High Level because I've
I
got
hate
someone
it.
else that, yeah,
So
like I've,
complicated.
yeah, I mean, I've got a partner that does all of that, and like she's so good, right? So she will handle that. But in Go High Level, you can track data points you can't track in like Ads Manager. So that's another thing. Like you can track so much in GHL. On top of that, if you do use something like Hyros or Cortana, you can track revenue in there too. And on top, and like another thing as well, if you're tracking the ads, you as the marketer need to know what's making money and what's not making money so you don't make the wrong optimizations. And then another point on top of that, if they come in through your coaching, you will know their character well enough to understand if this is the type of person you do want to take on as an agency client too. Does that make
Mm.
sense? So
Yeah.
it is definitely a trust thing. But if you were to operate off of a, if you were to operate off of trust and you were to have like Hyros or Cortana in place, you were to have access to the sales teams, you can just check for congruency across the entire system, if that makes sense, to see if there's
Mm.
something funky going on.
Yeah, I guess I think for most of my clients, they're not at that stage. They're usually just a one man show. So
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe the most desirable thing I could use to upsell them to a higher level package and increase my LTV would be like sales coaching or watching their call reviews every month, or because that's a huge lever we can pull. If we can make them 20% better on the call, we can make them a fuckload more money, which justifies them paying another 10 grand for me. Um, the fulfillment thing, I like the idea with fulfillment. The problem is I feel like I already kind of explained to them like how to make this not very hard for them fulfillment wise in the first program. So maybe I'd have to take that out a little bit. I don't know. My question for you is what you've helped people run DM funnels, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Not as much, but to a
Okay,
degree, yeah.
that's fine. That's fine. I guess my question for you is like one bottleneck for me, the biggest constraint for me, is I have a hard time following up with people. So my cat's in the background just being a fucking menace. Um, I realize that if I follow up more with my leads, I will book way more calls. The problem is that like I get so many DMs every day that like people get drowned out in the inbox and I forget to follow up with them because I'm doing it all manually. I could hire an appointment setter, but I'm really fucking good in the DM, so I don't want to hire somebody to do that for me. I guess for you, like, have you seen any ways to really make that follow-up system work easily, simply to get people to respond back to me if they haven't responded? Because once I get them responding back to me, I book them into a call every day, all day. I just need to get them to respond back.
Yeah, so oh, we got comments. So train an AI bot with your conversations, and then in GHL, I'm pretty sure they have bots too. You can use an AI. There's stuff like Closebot out there. So Dr. Matt Shiver, he has this like software thing in his
Yeah, I
program.
tried that one. I had a hard time with that one because it was fucking pain. It would always break at some point in conversations. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
you can have an AI bot. I hate anything to do with AI in sales unless it's a supplementary thing. If it's
mhm.
directly replacing a human, it's just dog shit every time, from what I've
Yeah,
seen.
yeah.
Um, you could do that, or you could just like you could just blame yourself and be like, you know what, I'm really good at setting, I'm not good at training people on setting, so that's the next skill gap to unlock.
Hmm. So replace
That's
myself in the DM. Yeah,
exactly, because dude, if you know you will book a lot more calls if you had follow-ups and you will make a lot more money,
then it's
like
worth it. Yeah.
yeah, like dude, if you're making 40K a month right now, for example, and you know, if I had solid follow up sequences and stuff in place, I could get to 60K a month with the exact same ad spend. Just think of it as this: like, I am now going to go through this suffering to unlock another $240,000 cash collected a year.
Hmm.
Let's think of it as a bonus, new skill.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I always do that shit. Like it, like whenever, like I just ruthlessly identify what the problem is, and I just ask myself, am I just not good enough at that skill? And is that the thing keeping me below the next income bracket?
Hmm. That's good. Okay. Last question for you, rapid fire, is
Sure.
my biggest second bottleneck is fulfillment. So I close damn near every call I get on, which is great,
Fire.
but I am I'm getting a lot of clients, obviously. And so what I did before, and I had to turn my ads off. This my fulfillment was such a problem that I had to take a break from ads. So I stopped making money for 6 months because I literally was like, I can't do this anymore. I need to take a break. So then I looked at my fulfillment, and what I realized was I was giving one weekly call with every client, an hour of my time every week. And then I also was like, hey, I'll work with you for as long as you need until you make 20 grand a month, basically. Um, so that was like endless fulfillment, and that was exhausting. A lot of these calls, they were wasted. They would just ask me the stupidest mundane questions.
Yep.
So then what I've done now is I give them biweekly calls. So I cut it from 4 calls a month to 2 calls a month. That has
Mm-hmm.
been a massive difference. I'm still giving them an onboarding call as soon as they pay me, and that's a lot of energy and a lot of exhaustion. I could point them to watch videos in the course, and then I don't know. I guess like I'm gonna scale this thing. How do I make the fulfillment without going to group calls? Because I know everyone says do group coaching, but like I really feel like I excel in the one-on-one coaching, and my clients get great results with it. So I don't know.
Yeah. So how do you scale that?
How do I make it less
So
time consuming for me? Yeah.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So there's a lot of things you could do. To give you some context, I've been in like literally every single mastermind marketing course program you could think of,
Matt
except one
Shivers.
else. Yeah, I was in his mastermind.
Oh
Um,
wow.
his like higher level thing. How that's structured is you get 2 30-minute calls with him a month if you want.
How
I didn't
much
use
how
him
much
for
was
like
that?
25K for the year or 3K a month.
Two 30-minute calls a month.
Yeah.
And so he's getting straight to the point. Was it high value? Did you feel like did
Yeah.
you feel like you got enough from that? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So
And
like I like how to explain? Yeah, I felt like I did. I also didn't use any one-to-one calls for 3 months straight, or like 2 months
oh
straight. Like I was
wow.
just paying him like 3K a month. I wasn't even using it that much because I was more in the Slack DMs. Like, hey, question, bing, 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 give me the answer. Cool, right? So
Mhm.
I like. There's a couple things you could do. First of all, stop targeting needy prospects in your messaging on the front end. That could be one thing, right?
Mhm.
Um,
Pre-framing them.
yeah, reframing them. On the onboarding call, you could say to them, "Hey, listen, you do get these. Like, you could just do what Austin does. You're like, hey, we have group calls, right? People get more value out of the group calls than the one-to-one calls. You know, you could just say that in your content and stuff like that. Again, it's all pre-framing. Like, get them to expect that this thing is better than the other thing, and then they will
Mhm.
find it to be more valuable if you just say it
Mhm.
how it is, right? Um, and also, if you're working with the beginners, they are just going to be more needy on the front end. It's just how it, because it's how beginners tend to be. With
I have
Matt
a whole
Shivers,
module in my course just pre-framing them to like not think about needing me. Do you know Bulletproof John?
the John Whiting, yeah,
Yeah, Judd Winey. He was brilliant. He taught me this. It's like, hey, first video in the course, it's like I'm framing them to think that you take 100% responsibility for your results. It's not going to be quick and easy. This is going to take longer than you think it is. You take 100% responsibility for your own results. And I used to have pain in the ass clients. Now I don't because of that. So I completely
right,
agree with what you're saying. I think that's genius. Yeah.
yeah. So you can do that in your modules, but definitely do it in your content and your ads as well,
Hmm.
right? Like, why wouldn't you? And the only thing that I can think that stops people from not wanting to pre-frame in their ads and their content is that sometimes they have scarcity and they're scared around oh, what if I just stop booking as many calls? But if you really track it and you really account for the cost of your own time, it's cheaper to book fewer calls that are more expensive on the ads front because your time gets sucked out of it, right? So
Right.
just something to consider, right? Because
Hmm.
you have to do a cost benefit analysis for yourself, and you have to really understand your own body and what you actually want outside, like what you actually want from your own business too.
Hmm.
So that's one thing. But pre-framing is huge within the content. Do you know Jeremy Haynes?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy, like I've been through his courses as well. Like I'm not allowed in his
Really?
yeah, I'm not allowed in his inner circle offer yet because I just don't want to scale to 100K a month right now. But
Mm,
in his course it's like sorry, in his content, he's always saying like there's no income claims, I'm not guaranteeing anything, right? I'm just giving you some like education and lessons.
hmm
You only attract a specific type of you get rid of the brokies and the beginners who don't want who don't care for certainty who care for certainty, sorry, and you only
hmm
get the people who take radical accountability for everything.
That's been such an unlock for me with my clients. Yeah, no, for sure. And you can just tell the difference once they take full ownership, 100%.
Yeah, like every single person in like Austin's community is like radical
Oh
accountability for
yeah.
everything. It's
Best,
great.
yeah, he's got the best clients for him, like for him to work with. He doesn't have really many pain in the ass clients. Um I guess like the what I've realized is if I jump on a call with them every week, like a lot of the work is being done on the calls rather than them doing it on their own and doing their own homework with the videos in the course. I guess I've realized that I need to get them to do more of the work off the calls with me so that I don't have to have a pain in the ass fucking weekly call where I'm exhausting myself and I'm teaching them the whole process. I have them watch the videos for that. I guess if I wanted to stay one-on-one coaching, not move to group coaching,
Yeah.
and I'm doing right now bi-weekly calls, so 2 calls a month. How would you go from where I am now to working, you know, still make them feel like they're getting tons of support from me, but I'm spending half of my time, if that makes sense.
Really good question. I would set them homework after each call. Cool, we went over this. The next problem you're gonna on like your next problem you're gonna have is this thing, right? And to make sure that it gets guaranteed solved on the next call, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
need you to. I'm like Matt Shiver did this. He would send this like in his school. He would send the link and be like, "Hey, this is the thing to solve your problem." After now that we fixed this, take this link, consume this content, and then book in a call. You have 2 weeks to get it done.
So he sends that to you on Slack or DM, or how does that?
On Slack. So Matt Shive isn't he doesn't set you homework because he's like he understands you're sophisticated, like you're not a kid in his higher
Uh-huh.
level offer. What he does is like if I ask a question, he'll be like he'll explain it, give some context, and then he'll send the link of like the module. But what I'm saying
Of
for
that
you
explains
specific
that answer. Yeah.
yeah. But what I'm saying for you specifically, Sean, because you like Matt is going with sophisticated people because you're with beginners. I would literally treat them like kids and set them homework.
Yeah, that's kind of what I do right now. I'm like, hey, homework one, homework two, homework three, homework four, do all these. Yeah. Okay.
Buyer and say to him like, "Hey, you cannot book in your next call unless you tell me what homework
Yes.
you've completed." Right?
That's what
So
I'm missing. Yeah.
yeah, like on your Calendly, for example, like pre-frame. Like by the way, before you book in a call, there is a question in Calendly of all the homework you have completed, you are required to tell me exactly what it is that you've done, exactly what you were stuck with, so that on the call, we alleviate all the real bottlenecks, and then I can set you on the next thing that you have to do and answer all of your questions.
That's gangster.
See
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
you want to turn your one-to-one calls from I'm directly helping you build it out from scratch and like having mini workshops to these one-on-one calls are supplementary to really make
We're
sure that these
reviewing what
are
you did,
yeah, that's
reviewing
what
your
you want to
work.
be doing.
Yeah.
Exactly. And every question, like you could use an AI to set this up. I have like guys in my like offer that like my clients, not me, that does this. But like you can, if you really wanted to fuck around with Claude Code, N8N, and all this like funky stuff, you could upload like you know how Zoom gets recorded to the cloud?
hmm
You could take that link, you could feed it through some sort of AI to like get the transcript, and then you could have it go through another LLM, preferably Manus. It's a lot better. Do you use Manus at all?
No, just ChatGPT.
Oh, dude, ChatGPT sucks dick. Use Manus. Yeah, I'll send you the link so we both get free credits out of it. But
Is it like
it,
ChatGPT?
it's superior. So first of all, Manus was acquired by Meta in December 2025.
hmm
So it could connect to your ads account, your ads manager. It can be a bit inaccurate, but I just like to think Meta has alien level technology. If it acquired this large language model, I trust this large language model to get me the results over other ones. I've
hmm
used Manus. Like what I will do with Manus is I will take my sales call transcripts, I'll throw them into Manus, and I'll tell it to extract all like the objections, um, the demographics, the psychographics, the current observable conditions, their ideal observable conditions, and the buying conditions that must be true in order for them to make a purchase. And then whatever the buying conditions are, I will just make them true before they get on the sales call. So if they need a lot of trust, retarget them with ads, have crazy content that's specifically designed to build trust, and have all of that going out so that the chance to close a call increases. Obviously, you don't have a sales problem, so that's fine. But I will definitely use Manus, some form of agentic LLM, not just like a chat LLM, to perform these type of tasks for you. When I was working with Q, I like took 500 of a sales call transcript and it spent 40 minutes going through everything to tell me exactly what the points were.
You can do that with Manus. You can do 500 all at once. You can't do that with ChatGPT. You can only do like one at a time.
Yeah, it sucks. So ChatGPT sucks, bro.
So you can do 500 sales scripts all at once.
Yeah, put it in a .vtt transcript, like that .vtt file, and just upload all of them.
Dude, that's wild. Holy shit.
Yeah, AI is dope. Let me
I mean, I didn't know that man like another AI could do that. Like just AI ChatGPT on steroids. Um, can I
let me
ask you
I'll
like a
post the
really
link.
can I ask you a really high value question, high level question?
Of course you can.
Your out of all the programs you've been through all of them, right? You said you've been through Matt Shiver, Jeremy Haynes, everything, right? I'm trying to make my client experience, my customer experience, the best it could possibly be without me having to spend so much time with my clients. So my
Yeah.
question for you is, out of all the programs you've been through, I'm thinking it's going to be Matt Shiver, but maybe I'm wrong. You tell me. What's the best client experience that you've been through that
Austin.
did not require Austin?
Austin, 100%.
Why? What
The
specifically was about his
community.
process?
The
Okay.
community. Okay, and like I don't know if Austin knows he's doing this because he keeps saying he sucks at marketing. I don't think he's bad at marketing. I think he tells himself he's bad at marketing. Austin is really good at attracting the absolute right type of person. And this exercise that I'm about to do with all of you guys, Daniel, don't worry, I've not forgotten. It's going to help you do this. Basically, Austin on his social media portrays someone who has like absurd levels of confidence and arrogance.
Oh yeah, he's really good
Right
at that.
arrogant.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Every single person, at least for me, when I signed up with him, I saw that and I saw like the proof of like the cars and blah blah blah. I saw that, I was like, fuck, I want to be that cocky of a motherfucker. I don't have that confidence. And because his program allowed me to have that identity shift, and Lee, I think you can attest to this. I think you can tell the difference of who I was before to who I am now.
Huge.
Yeah, like I now have an affinity towards this community at all times.
I agree. This has been the best community I've ever been a part. Like I want to be in this community for a long time. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. It's the community and it's the shifts in identity that cause the customer experience to be like God level. So
Yeah.
in my offer, for example, for my like consulting, coaching, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, I have this lady who she has been in offers that do 1 million a month, and she's the one doing the mindset work and the identity shifting work. Taylor Cable, who's one of my clients, because of this, she now does it for her clients, and everyone has a great client experience. We have a dedicated group call where it's all about shifting your identity and like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, like that thing. Like
Mhm.
we want to attract people who don't just want their physical needs met. We want to attract people who want to be self-actualized, because that identity shift, that shift of state, is absolutely priceless. And Austin, without him realizing, he's really good at work, like trying to get these people up here rather than the people down here that just want to get their bills paid.
Okay, so what does Austin do with the community that makes you feel like this is different and the best thing out there? Like what specifically does he do?
It starts with him. So with him, it's his like absurd level of confidence, and then he
Got it.
doesn't let the Austin will have moments of not being that confident. Blake's let it slip before on group calls. I don't know if you guys noticed, right? He
Like
doesn't
what?
like Blake has let it slip. Like I think Blake has said on the group calls once that Austin has called Blake saying like, "Oh, bro, I'm such an idiot. Like, why didn't I like go through all of my points
Oh
in the
yeah, I've heard
scenario?
that.
Why
Yeah,
does
yeah.
it?" Yeah,
Yeah.
Austin will never say that himself on his
Never.
group
Yeah, he'll
calls.
always show confidence and conviction. Yeah, true.
Exactly, because that's the thing that sells. Like confidence, conviction is the only thing that sells, right?
Okay.
And if like everybody wants to be absolutely certain of themselves, at all times, even when shit's hitting the fan.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they ultimately want. They want certainty, and Austin is really good at demonstrating that.
Okay, great. That was great value right there. Let's get rid of the community thing for a second. Let's just pretend
Sure.
that that's not even an option because I'm not going to do community yet. I'll do that in the future.
Okay.
What's the second best program you've been in terms of client experience, client, I guess, what was the best one behind
Without
that?
commute, Jeremy Haynes.
Okay, why? What did he do in his program that made it feel
He
so good?
had such like absurd level of like in Jeremy Haynes' videos, he says like I gatekeep 80%. Like he is gatekeeping the majority of shit. He has so much stuff in his course and materials. And the type of person I am, if I buy someone's course, I'm gonna go through all of it, even if I don't have the time. So for me, it's like there was just so much intricate value that was
That you
delivered
didn't
to
even think
me.
you were going to get.
Yeah, it was so
Okay.
much. It was so much. Like, dude, he has seven, like his master internet marketing program. He has 4 hour videos that go for like 7 weeks. So like 7 4 hour videos. So it's 28 hours worth of video modules. And then he has like hundreds of supplementary course material training as well. It's
So what I
ridiculous.
learned from that is like go above and beyond, and even if you're going to talk about these 3 4 steps in your program, go beyond that. Like pour into the course and make it like way more than they thought they were going to get, basically.
Yeah, make it so like you want to be careful not to make it um overwhelming. So you need to have it structured in a way where it's super clear. So Jeremy Haynes doesn't do this very well. It's not that clear unless you go hunting, right? But if I was you and I didn't have the community, I couldn't do group coaching, right? Dude, yeah, I would 100% make this so good that I have no choice but to like the person has no choice but to think like, wow, I'm really getting my money's worth.
Okay, got it. So just pour more into the
Hey, I'm
course.
gonna throw in my 2 cents in here too for you, Sean. Um, what I modeled after Austin was the insane level of one-on-one support that he gave me. And I got lucky because I joined his program way early in 2024 and he did not have a lot of clients. So he used to fucking call me on my fucking phone. And I'd be like, yo, what's up? Like, is everything okay? And he'd be like, yeah, bro, I'm just driving. Just wanted to say what's up, see how you're doing. And he did that a lot. And I do shit like that for my clients. And for me, I have clients who came to my retreat a few weeks ago that at the time when they came to my retreat had not made any money with my program at all. Like my client Kira, my client Lorenzo, like didn't close a fucking sale. Why the fuck did they come to my retreat and tell me that I changed their life? I'm like, you haven't made any money. But the insane level of support and encouragement that I give them, which doesn't require community, made them feel like, holy shit, like I probably am never going to get this from anybody else. So for you, Sean, like what you're so good at, because you and I are obviously friends, we talk a lot, your level of care is like, I've never really seen a lot of other people like that. Arlene's like that. You're like that. I got a other couple other homies. But Sean, your level of care, detail, thorough, voice notes. I mean, I'm sure you do that for your clients. But I would say for you, that's your superpower, your heart, your big heart. Like I heard you on the voice note to your girl be like, hey, pause this. I need to send an audio to my best friend right now. That fucking made everything for me, bro. Just that alone made it for me. So if you're talking to your clients like that, I think that's going to help you, bro. And they're going to look at you and I want your clients to feel spoiled. I want you to ruin it for your clients. I hit an audio. This is my last point, bro. I'll let you go. I was audio messaging Jeremy Pogue yesterday. He's the only other coach, him and Austin. And I told Jeremy, I'm like, bro, you ruined coaching for me because I can't hire another coach. I can't. I cannot do it. Other coaches have been appointments that I can't. I don't trust them. My level of trust is so zero. And I told Jeremy Poe because he was kind of the same as Austin. I'm like, you and Austin ruined coaching for me. I cannot hire anybody else. Sean, make that for your clients. Ruin it for them. Be like, I can't hire anybody but Sean Screen.
I fucking love that. That's so good. Thank you.
Yeah. And that I like that point, Lee. Like I don't think I'll ever buy a marketing course again after like going through Jeremy Haynes' stuff because it's like I know no one else has that level of detail ever.
Right.
So I won't buy another course. I've like Yeah,
I almost want to buy it just to see what it has now. Now I'm like, what the fuck
yeah.
is in this course?
I I mean, dude, it's just like insane concepts. I don't think you need to, dude. Like
You
it's
know what
really
I'm
good.
about to do? I was talking to my boy. You guys know Elliot Serino? He
No.
was like, bro, why don't you just get Jeremy AI? He just dropped that as an individual. You can buy Jeremy AI for 300 a month without buying his whole program.
Jeremy is good. It's pretty good.
I was thinking about it. I was like, wait, hold up. And you can video chat with the motherfucker, like FaceTiming him. I'm like, bro, that's 300 a month, Sean. You and I are paying more than that for another program, aren't we? And it's only a once a week call. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, maybe I'll just get that.
Yeah. Sorry to hog up the whole call, man. I apologize. I wanted to
It's
ask you
okay.
some higher level questions. You gave really good value, by the way. That was fucking
No,
awesome.
it's okay. I'm glad that was helpful. Daniel, I promise you we'll get to you in a few minutes. Lee, you got any quick questions?
Yeah. Well, what's Daniel got? Because I mean, I did
We're,
come late, so if you wanted to ask him,
we're gonna do a group exercise. It will take up the rest of the call. But if you have
all right,
questions,
for
just
sure.
go ahead and shoot. Yeah.
Why don't I just ask you separately? I can just send you a message.
Okay. No problem. All right, gang. Let's do this. Um, I've been doing this exercise a lot this week, so we may as well do it together since you asked about content. Um,
Is this about how to make content that makes people want to work with you, like nurture the fuck out of them type of thing?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Can you guys see my
Kind of like
screen?
Will Nelson style.
Yeah, like that style, dude. So let's go straight into it. So Daniel, we'll use you as a real example. Um, we have your client or your prospect. We
Hmm.
have version one of him and we have version two of him or her. Okay. So what are all the outcomes that version two has? Let's just start off with the actual transformation you give.
So no pain free,
Pain free. Okay. What else?
running a marathon,
Okay. What else?
trusting their body.
I like that. What else?
Um, I mean, I feel like these are the three main things. I'm sure there's definitely more.
Okay. Let's just
Can I throw one in here for you?
Yeah.
Daniel, what's your offer? You help people get pain free
Um,
to run?
exactly.
I help musicians make money, essentially. Um, I think, bro, there's always like this stuff that you're talking about, the pain free, the running a marathon, trust in their body. That's actually the surface level. I think that those
Mm,
three things are a vehicle toward what
mm,
Harleen said, which is self actualization. Because them
mm,
being in pain and not being able to run, they'll out loud say that, but that's not how they feel. They might feel, dude, my life is running out. I know I have limited time. I could die any day, and I'm living my life not. It could be something like that. That's the type of shit you need to be talking about.
mm.
Why is it so desirable for your clients to run?
Yeah, I think the my best clients are the clients who are most likely to sign. They like identify as a runner. So like if they aren't running, like they're losing a part of themselves.
Okay, but that's kind of like
Mm.
that's not tangible. We need to think about what can we like put our finger on, we can picture in their mind. Like for example, is it they want to go travel to another country and they want to run and see a beautiful mountain vista and they want to be able to be there and run for, 20 miles and actually see that in their life and they feel like they're having a memory in a moment. Like put that's desirable. That's sexy. Like
That's
what are
gangster.
those things? What are those things for your clients, I guess?
I feel like it's just more of like a self-worth kind of thing. It's not even like oh, I want to go do this. So I
Hmm.
don't know. Yeah, that's kind of what I found because even like more my recent calls, I'm like, okay, what does your like goal want to be? What do you want to, what time do you want to be? Like, no, I just want to be able to run. Like trying to like understand that process because to me it kind of doesn't make sense.
Why do they
A
want to be
hyper
able to
question.
run?
Yeah, that's a good question.
What was that?
Why do they want to be able to run?
Great
That
question.
that's just kind of how they find their self-worth, like whether it's inspiring their family, whether it's proving it to themselves, whether they were like overweight when they were younger. different stuff
Inspire
like
who?
that.
So your best client ever, who did, when you say inspire family, who do they want to inspire
The
specifically? Is
kids
it great? Why do they want like what do they want to inspire them about? Like that they can do anything they put their mind to, or they can just be runners?
that they can do anything like because a lot of my clients are like in their 50s, 60s. So it's also about like that longevity factor.
Here's the million dollar
Longevity.
question for you. Like you were your past clients, right? You solved the problem, you got the outcome they're wanting. What if you saw an ad and it promised you this desirable outcome that you'd be willing to pay thousands of dollars for? What was the outcome that you achieved? What would you pay money for? What's the outcome? As a
Like
byproduct of
you're
being able to run.
yeah, I mean that's that's $1 million question. I know.
That's the question we have to ask because like that's what we need to feed into your ads. That's what makes people want to justify spending thousands of dollars with you.
Yeah.
Daniel, have you got kids?
Yeah. I have a daughter, yeah.
You have a daughter. How old is she?
One.
When was the last time you spoke about her in your content?
Um, Not often.
Yeah. So you see version two of your prospect, the transformation they want. They want
Hmm.
like their self-worth comes from being able to be free to run, and it comes from being able to inspire their kids, right?
Hmm.
You have to like literally embody these things. And do you see here, like every single one of our offers, like I help like I do marketing. The reason why people want like actual good marketing education is so that um they can make more money to then feel more confident, to then inspire their kids, to then pay for stuff. Everyone wants to do the thing that you're selling for the exact same reasons, which is the self-actualization part. What you might be missing is having is showing this thing in your content, right? And how you would show this is by you could have like show reel of you running with daughter laughing, right?
Yeah.
You could have a reel, you could have like a reel like that where it's like 4 seconds long. You could just hear her laughs, like saying, "Dad, look at me," and you're both running on a nice beach. You know what I mean? You could have,
Yeah.
and then you could have like a really long caption saying, "I couldn't do this 5 years ago. My knee was so messed up." Like, and you could have a carousel, dude. Like, you could have a carousel, and the carousel is like vid of daughter, and then the next picture could be like a broken knee. I don't know. I'm gonna assume like let's just say you had a crazy transformation on your knee and like you had it in like a cast and it was like visibly very very broken. Let's just say that could be a
Yeah.
piece of content that goes out. It's like you have the outcome they want and then you have the transformation story. You will literally pull so many people in because of that. I was on a sales call yesterday with this like with this guy. He should have hired me, but I didn't want to push him because this guy had no money for ads, and I don't want to work with someone like that. And he said to me, "It was like, dude, I have literally seen you. Um, I've seen your posts of you working at a restaurant and working a job you don't like, to now like helping people make 100K a month. Like that to me was crazy. That was the only reason he booked in a call with me.
So like the contrast of your bottom of the barrel situation to this amazing transformation you've achieved. Seeing the contrast of like you went from this to this.
Yeah. And you just have to show some of that stuff in your content, right? And like again, like with this exercise, like we spent like 2 minutes on this. You have to look at like this is the what Lee said. This is like the surface level stuff.
Yeah.
So this is surface level. What you want to be able to do is ask yourself like, what does this mean for them? So ask your clients, be like, hey, on the like, if you have client interviews, ask them like, hey, now that you're running pain free, what does that mean for you? Literally, just
Yeah.
repeat their words in your content. You know, um, you might have like you might literally just have someone say like, dude, I finally imagine you had someone say, I finally got off my meds,
Yeah.
right? Because they can run and look after their heart again. You now have a new angle in your content and your ads saying something like, hey, Sarah was able to get off her meds not because she had an operation, but because her knee finally stopped hurting. And if you're that far gone with your running that you just can't run anymore and you've had to have medication to look after your physical health, that's a problem. And the general
Hmm.
healthcare system has let you down. And you can just go into explaining that problem and keep twisting that knife that they're already experiencing.
Yeah.
That makes sense? So
Yeah,
go
that's
on.
super helpful. I think I've just been really focused on the surface level stuff.
Yeah.
Very focused on that.
What does this tangibly mean for them? Like that's the question, right? And then another thing you could do if they're running pain free, if they want to be running pain free, you can assume that the person you're speaking to has painful painful runs, right? If they finally
Yep.
got off their meds, you can assume that they are on meds. If they want to be running marathons, you can assume they are not running marathons. Okay, you can assume that not identifying, this is a big thing here, not identifying as a runner is like soul crushing for them. If that's a key thing.
Yeah.
If they want to be able to trust their body, you can assume they don't trust their body.
I like that. So you're finding out exactly what they want, the future version, and then you're just reverse engineering what the opposite version of that is, and then you're speaking to that in your content. Love that.
Exactly. It's so easy to do. They don't trust their body, and the key thing is like what the question you want to ask is what does it tangibly mean? This is the key question. If I can bring this down, it's all the way down. This is the $1 million question. The answer comes from answering this question. What does this tangibly mean for them? Both in the version 1 version of them and then the version 2 version of them.
And I think the best way to answer this question is just look back at yourself. Like you were your past clients. So what if you're going to spend thousands of dollars to start finally running, why do you want to spend thousands of dollars? What's the actual shiny object outcome? For my clients, they want to make $20,000 a month. They want to work from home 10 hours a week. They want to change their life, yada, yada. What is that for you? What is like the sexiest thing to justify spending thousands of dollars with you? Because I can tell you
Yeah.
it's not self worth. There's more, it's something shinier than that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I think part of it comes back to the kids. And if they can prove that they can do that with their kids, then they'll be able to like play with their kids forever, essentially.
If that's
So
the
you
outcome
would
that they
pay
want,
thousands of dollars for that.
Yeah. I
Okay,
mean, if,
if that's the true answer, then that your clients probably think the exact same way.
yeah.
if this is the case, why don't you just have videos of you like playing with your kids? You know?
If that
Yeah.
really is the biggest outcome that you can deliver, then you need to speak to that in your ads, in your content, everywhere, because that's what they want. That's what they're paying you $3,000 for, whatever your program costs.
Yeah.
I saw an ad yesterday of the homie Elliot, and Elliot's a fitness coach for dads. He helps overweight dads, and he said that one of the biggest things that they say on their sales calls to him is like they don't have the energy to play with their kids. So what's his ad? It's him and his daughter playing together. He's giving her a piggyback and he's fucking yoked and he looks all happy. And he's like, if you're a dad who still can't play with their kids because of your gut, you need to make a change right now. I'm like, bro, that's so fucking lit.
That's an awesome ad.
Yeah.
You want to,
Yeah,
Daniel,
that's
you like in your messaging, like your messaging is not just what you say. right? Your messaging is
Hmm.
what can they see, what can they hear. Um, I mean that's the only two things you could do over online. I'm pretty sure. So what they can see, that would be the visuals. So like for example, if I wanted someone to know that I was good at ads, I would show them me clicking ads manager, right? Like if someone sees me
Yeah.
clicking ads manager, setting up a leads campaign super quickly, like you can only assume I know exactly what I'm doing inside of ads manager. So that like reaffirms subconsciously, like, this guy probably knows what he's doing, right? It's also like the direct. So it's the, in fact, what would be better is the stuff they can see. It would be the direct and indirect stuff. So again, Jeremy Haynes, his entire thing is I want to make you richer. And he's giving you all this source with him on his iPad whilst wearing like a Richard Mille on his thing, like on his wrist. And he, like anyone who's into watches knows exactly what he's wearing, but he's just wearing it. He's not. Do you understand what I mean? Like he's not saying it
Yeah.
outwardly unless he's making a point about indirect messaging. Does that make sense? And
Yeah.
what I would ask you is like, hey, how can you take advantage of indirect messaging, direct messaging, as well as the stuff you say, right? You could very intentionally make a video of like you in the garden walking around in your running gear, talking
That's what I
about
was
knee
thinking.
pain, like whilst talking about knee pain with your daughter running around in the background.
Yeah. Two
Yeah.
shiny objects. They want to be running. They want to see themselves running, and then kids playing in the background. They're happy.
Hmm. Yeah. That's super helpful.
For sure. Like you just need to show, you need to portray that you're like the person you need to embody. And like by the way, like you should be able to. You really want to sit down for like 30 minutes to an hour, like doing this exact table. Like I spent 2 hours with like one of the marketing departments I'm training, literally doing this exact thing with people. Right. So sit
Okay.
down for 30 minutes minimum or to an
Yeah.
hour and just sit down and be like, dude, outside of knee pain and running, like what is it that these guys actually want out of their own lives? And how do I add so many dimensions to my content and to my marketing to get them to trust me that I'm the exact person that they need? So if right now you are too what like and dude, like Lee called me up on it like a few weeks ago. And I was like, yeah, this guy's right. Like I was so one dimensional in my content, having like just strategies. Because I know so many and I've tested so many. Like I know what works and what doesn't. And it's like, dude, people don't just want strategies. They also want to see like, how do I live a rich life at 23 years old? I play tennis with
Yeah.
my brother. I did martial arts. I need to talk more about me working at the restaurant and how terrible it was for me. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
these, like the more dimensions and things you can throw, the more layers you can throw onto your character while still having the main thing being the main thing. That's how you build like the trust and the content and stuff. Dude, I'm pretty sure Alex Hermosi used to make cooking videos on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
He started doing those.
Yeah, like I don't recommend you go
But
that
I
far.
think on the Alex Hormozy thing,
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say with the Alex Hormozy thing would help too. Is like, bro, in his book, he talked about the struggle of growing his business and how, he was gonna break up with Layla and she's like, I'd sleep under a bridge with you if it came to it. Now it's like, okay, he's not just this, fucking weirdo who wears dorky ass clothes and just grinds on business. He is actually a human. He's not a cyborg. Kind of makes you fuck with him more, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, vulnerability in content is huge. You build so much trust being vulnerable. Like for me, for example, I say, hey, I started from zero. I was living at my parents' house. I was dead broke. I was nervous and scared of being a fucking loser my whole life. And then my first month doing the system changed my life 20K my first month. Like that before and after story about me, that every one of my clients that pay me on a sales call, they resonate with that story. That contrast of
Yeah.
where I was before, where I am now, and I get vulnerable with them, I build massive trust with them. So you can do that in your
Yeah.
content. You can also do that on sales calls.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I've been doing that on sales calls and obviously that hits, but yeah, I need to put that in my content.
Doing your content. Yeah. People
Yeah.
will love you before they even speak with you if you do that.
What one thing that's like really good for you guys to know is sales equals 1-to-1, right? Marketing
Yeah. This is what I love the most about it.
is like 1,000,000 to 1 sales. That's all it is. Everything that works on a sales call, you have to know how to transfer that over into your marketing. Marketing is literally like if you Google the definition, it's the act of acquiring customers. Acquiring customers is just sales. See what I mean? You just do it
Yeah.
to a lot of people, right? So if it's working on your sales calls, do it in your marketing. Figure out a way to make it scalable in the marketing. And like, dude, you have me every Friday to come and just ask absurd amount of questions to, and I'm here for an hour just answering them all.
Yeah,
And then
dude.
the best part is I can give you insights to things that work in other industries because I know as coaches we get so caught up in how sophisticated everyone is because we're so sophisticated and we know so much with marketing and sales. We don't realize how like brain dead everyone else is outside of this industry of ours. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that exercise was super helpful, Harleen. I appreciate you taking the time with that.
Yeah, no problem. Just literally repeat this 100 times, like
Yeah.
for like 30 minutes. Like put your phone away, put everything away, and just have this. Use Manus to extract and like analyze all of your sales call recordings, even your one-to-one calls. Like, dude, this for me is marketing material. Like, I take your questions and then I will just make content about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do the same thing with your clients. Everything,
Also, one
all the
thing. Sorry, go
go on.
ahead. You're good.
Yeah, I was just gonna
You're
say
good.
anything you'd ever want, any question you need answered, you already have the answers to with your existing clients.
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
go on, Sean.
I was gonna say one thing I've learned from Bulletproof John. He's one of the best at content. And like Harleen said, the really cool thing about marketing, like content, is on these sales calls, you're talking to one person at a time. But you make one video, you spend 20 minutes. Instagram reels are like 3 minutes. You spend 3 minutes making a fucking awesome video that does all the right things. That video is working around the clock 24/7, selling on your behalf before you even speak with them on the call. That's the ultimate leverage. So if you make the videos on the right shit, that's a game changer for you. And then you just send it to people before they book a call with you. But I was going to say this. John Whiting told me this one thing about content when it comes to making the right type of content. And what you want to do in your content is you want to shift beliefs. But specifically, what you want to do is you want to show them why the current thing they're currently doing right now is stupid, dumb, and slow to get to the dream outcome they want to get to, and how your strategy, your system, your methodology, your program, whatever it is the fastest, easiest, and quickest way to get to where they want to go. And your content needs to reinforce that over and over and over again. By the time they get on a call with you, they already know that they need to work with you to get the solution. They already like you, they already know you, they already trust you. So, yeah, ultimately, you're just shitting on their current strategy, and you're showing them why your strategy is
Yeah.
way better.
I love that.
Yeah.
Anthony, you got a question?
What's up, guys? Yeah, this has been super valuable. One quick question that I had was because I know you guys have spoken about Manus, and I've kind of tried playing around with it, haven't dove in too deep with it, but we've been using Claude a lot. So,
Yeah.
not sure if you guys have kind of used them both for the same purposes, and just wanted to ask you on you guys' experience, which one will probably be best, or are they kind of like semi-similar? Because obviously Claude is the shit right now. Just wanted to ask for experience on that.
I think with I think workflows and having agents. I mean, I've never used Claude outside of script writing. I think for agents and automating stuff, probably Claude is better. But I just use Manus a lot for research, to build me like literal. If I have to make a point, I will use Manus to find me supporting information through third-party articles. So I think in terms of if you want AI agents, probably Claude will be better. But I just out of bias and preference, I just use Manus.
Yeah, for sure. And then Manus is also going to be good at kind of like auditing your content, telling you which one's performing well, which one you kind of need more of, etc. So long as you
No, I
prompt
don't
it the right way,
use.
right?
No, I don't like using. I would always have a human doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, I personally like. I would always want a human to be like auditing content and ads and stuff, because AI has zero context and it has zero emotional like it doesn't know anything about emotions, you know?
For sure.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
All
Yep.
good. Cool, guys. I'm gonna have to wrap up. I'm 2 minutes late for a call. Hopefully this served you well, and I'll see you guys next week.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Harleen.
you, man. Great call,
Peace
man.
out. See you later.